Hiragana, small tsu. When you see a small tsu in a word, you do not read it. The small tsu hiragana has no sound. Instead, it tells you to do something. When you see a hiragana small tsu, you must pause for just one beat. We write it in romaji by doubling the first consonant of the hiragana, which follows the small tsu. And when we write our small letters in a box down here, then those small letters go in the bottom left-hand corner of an entire square. Okay, what does hiragana small tsu look like? Well, there's one there, and there, and there, and there. You can see, although they're called small tsu, the actual difference in size is not that great. But if you were to draw a line between the top of the large hiragana letters and the bottom of the large hiragana letters, you would see that the small tsu only comes about 2/3 of the way up. So that's what's known as a small tsu. Now, we don't read it, do we? We just pause for one moment. So reading this word, which means finally, we'd read the ya, pause, to, ya, to. 1, 2, 3. Ya, to. Just like in music, when you have a pause sign, then it's the same with hiragana. Read, pause, read. Now, when we write this in romaji, we need some way to signal this system, and what we've decided to do, or at least what the person decided to do who set the romaji system up, was to actually use the first letter of the hiragana which follows small tsu. In this case, we've got a to. So the first letter of to would be T. So we'd represent the small tsu with T. Let's find a T and bring it up. This hiragana here is to. So if we want to write that in romaji, there we go. And this hiragana here is ya, which we would represent with a YA. So ya to in hiragana becomes ya to if we have to write it in romaji. So we're doubling the first letter of the hiragana which follows the small tsu. Let's try this one. It's the word for a diary. Nikki. Ni, pause, ki. Nikki. To write that in romaji, we need a ni, we need a ki at the end, and then we're going to indicate the small tsu pause by taking the first letter of that final hiragana, which is K, and doubling it. So we get nikki if we're writing in romaji. Let's try the Japanese word for more. Motto. Mo, pause, to. To write that in romaji, we need a mo, we need a to at the end, and to indicate the small tsu, we're going to double the first letter of that final hiragana. That's a T, so we need to pop another T in, and we get motto, more. Finally, we have maka. That's bright red. Ma, pause, ka. Maka. The ma in romaji is the hiragana ma. The ka on the end we represent with romaji ka. And the small tsu effect we represent by doubling the first letter of the hiragana which follows small tsu. That's a K, so we pop another K in. So if we were to write this in romaji, it would be M-A-K-K-A, maka. This is the exercise that you have to do in your books. You've got to write the correct hiragana next to the romaji. Romaji, of course, means Roman letters, and these words are all written here in Roman letters. They're the letters we use, and you can see each one of them has a double letter in it. And of course, we've just heard that the double letters stand for the hiragana small tsu. So if we have a look at the first one, patto, we need a pa in the first box here. The first T there represents the small tsu. That will go in the second box in the bottom left-hand corner. And the third box here will have the final hiragana to, and that will be patto. So let's pop that pa in straight away. Next, we need small tsu in this box here. And there's our small tsu in the bottom left-hand corner of our box. And finally, we need hiragana to. And there we have pa to. Should we try the next one together? Deppu. So we need de here. There's our de. Then we need small tsu. There it is in the bottom left-hand corner of our box. And finally we want pu. And there we have deppu. See if you can do the rest yourself. Ganbatte!